Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Camille. Today I'm going to be doing the December 2019 reading for the sign of Aries. So, before I get into the reading, let's talk a little bit about you guys' astrology. So, you guys have Chiron in your sign. It just recently went direct around December 12th. So, that's going to be in your sign till June 19, 2026. Chiron is the planet of healing, deep wounds. And so having Chiron in your first house would mean that you would be healing things related to your identity and your physical body, your physical appearance, how you define yourself as a person. You would just basically be healing your whole identity as a person. If you had any insecurities or anything like that, you would be working on that at this time, especially while it's direct. You be making progressive movement towards it. Okay, so anyway, before I did the reading, I was meditating on you guys' energy, and I got a vision of just like a big city. Like somebody was going outside and they were looking up, and there was a lot of buildings and like the sky. I don't know, it was just like a big building, like maybe New York or something like that, like a very big city. I also got a vision of somebody in a museum looking at like paintings. There was like really big paintings. They were like looking at the paintings and I guess trying to figure something out about the history of them. The person was there to gain more knowledge about something, or they were just curious about some kind of thing that they were taking a look at in the museum. I also saw somebody was trying on a dress. Somebody was just like, you know, trying to like put on a dress or whatever, and it was all like diamond stud. It was really, really pretty, but I just randomly saw somebody putting on a like diamond studded dress, and I saw somebody at the beach and they were watching the waves, and particularly they were watching how the waves move, like how they flow, like back and forth and back and forth. Or thinking about somebody that's sitting in a boat and like the waves are taking you back and forth, and how calming it is, and how peaceful it is, and how like it's just so free flowing. Like the waves are so free flowing and they naturally do that, and it's very calming and peaceful. And I feel like maybe that is a lesson for you, some of you guys, because I feel like waves are like energy, and waves can be quite dangerous actually, because for those who surf or anything like that, you know that waves can be great. You know, if you ride the wave, the wave could be great. But if you allow the wave to like overpower you, or you crash in the wave, then it could be quite a dangerous situation. But they're like, water can be dangerous and it can be peaceful. Waves can be dangerous and can be peaceful. It just depends on, can you ride the wave or not, basically. Whatever's going on in your life, it could be turbulent if you don't do anything with that energy, or if you see that energy as negative, or it could be very peaceful depending on how are you working with that energy, basically. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the reading for you guys. So I see that some of you are going through a transition phase right now, and you are working on building something. You're very focused on this, on building something. Very much so. I feel like it's building yourself up, or building something for yourself, like a business, or you're focused on attaining knowledge, like you're going back to school, you're starting a business, you're starting a new job, a new project, you're focused on your relationship, or you're focused on building your finances. But whatever you're focused on, you're making active movement towards, you know, progressing in that area. I also see that some of you are really focused on being kind to other people. That's valuable for you, and you want to give that to other people. Maybe something happened in your life, or maybe just because it's around the holiday season and you feel like I should give back to people, or you feel a lot of compassion for people who are less fortunate. I see you guys giving money away to people who are less fortunate. Stuff, food, money, clothing. Maybe you're doing some volunteer work. It's just like you guys have it to give. Maybe you're doing very well right now, and you're able to really share that valuable stuff with people who need it more than you, which is beautiful, because we need people like that in the world all the time. And the way that you're looking at it, not like, oh, I feel so sorry for these people, like, you understand that they're people still, and you understand that, like, people fall upon hard times, and you're still, like, giving to them. And honestly, I feel like people are motivated by you at this time for what the kind acts that you're doing, and that's also motivating you to keep going in life and keep having resources to give to other people. Or it's just motivating you in life towards something. I also see that for some of you, you need to realize that something didn't work out how you wanted it to. Like, maybe you had a wish for something to happen, and that didn't work out for a reason. And I think you should be happy about it not working out, because most of the time we're not. We're like, what? I wanted to be with this person, or I wanted this job, or I wanted to win the lottery, or I wanted something to happen really, really bad, and it didn't happen. And so then generally you feel down or sad about it not happening, but it didn't happen for a reason. And maybe you're starting to see that, but if you haven't started to see it, you will start to see it in the future, that was like a blessing for you, that it didn't work out how you wanted it to. Like how they say God's rejection is your protection. Definitely, there was a situation that didn't work out, and it didn't work out on purpose. And sometimes it's very easy for us to be grateful for things that do work out for us all the time, but then it's also hard for us to be grateful for things that don't work out. But if we looked at it in a sense that this didn't work out for a reason, like I didn't get this for a reason, then we could be more grateful about the situation, because I guarantee you, when things don't work out for us, it's for a reason, because anything that's for us can never be taken away from you. Like, you will receive what's for you, so long as you have room in your life to accept it, and because it's for you. We all have different things that are for us, and whatever's for you, you will get it. But I feel like you guys felt a little bit bad about whatever that situation was. And if you listen, there's something about listening. Like, there's something about paying attention to why it didn't happen, or paying attention to your surroundings. Being attentive to something, and then you can figure out why it didn't happen for you. Or maybe talking to some people. Like, to be honest, you could be talking to somebody who got in a relationship with that person, or you see some stuff on social media, or somebody tells you about that job and you realize, like, whoa, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. I feel like you guys are going to be happy about that situation. I also see that there's a couple different situations here. I feel that some of you are coming out of a situation where you was given a lot to somebody who wasn't given a lot to you, and they left you out in the cold, and you're healing from that situation. And you've decided that you're not going to give yourself to nobody in that way if they're not going to reciprocate what you're giving to them, or they're just not seeing your value and your worth. And specifically sexually, I feel like maybe some of y'all are holding back. I don't feel like necessarily you're being abstinent from sex. You could be, but you also could just basically be more picky about who you choose to have sex with, because you're like, I'm not gonna just be giving myself away to anybody, because people be treating you like whatever, and I'm a hot commodity and I deserve to be treated better. And so I'm gonna make a motherfucker wait, or I'm going to see how this goes without any sex. Like, you realize you don't have to have sex with people. Like, you want to see how things go without you having sex with them, to see like if this is really real, like, you know. I also see that for others of you, it's basically you have been you have been like cold. You're poor whatever you got going on, your private parts, your whatever, your poor poom poom or dangling, it's just been cold. And you just feel like, oh my gosh, like, I just feel so lonely. I feel so lonely. And it's just like, you haven't had sex in quite a while. And I feel like you maybe need to open up a little bit, you know. It's like you haven't had sex. This isn't just about sex too, because this is about intimacy with another person. This is sex and it's like emotional intimacy. But you haven't been intimate with nobody in a minute, and it's like, you know, if you feeling lonely, you're gonna have to put yourself out there, okay? Like, they're not gonna just fall in your lap and be like, hey, let's have some sex and some intimate conversations, I'm really feeling you, you know. Like, you're gonna have to put yourself out there. Yeah, that's pretty much all I see. You have to allow, because you know why? And I feel like this is too because something happened too in the past where it was the situation where you got left out in the cold, or it was some kind of, the person who you was with before was a turbulent relationship, and now you're like, it kind of puts you at a stalemate for a long time, and it's like you need to open yourself up to dating or relationships again, because it will work out, but you have to be available for it, basically. I also see that when I was talking in the beginning about how, you know what, too, before I even get there, this has something to do with some of you guys is you've been too disciplined sexually. Like, you've been too disciplined with your sexuality, not just sexually. So sexuality and sensuality is about your body, and like, do you put on sexy things? Like, do you put on things that make you look good, make you look handsome, make you look great? Like, I feel like some of you, that was about that dress. Like, you need to go and put on something nice and celebrate yourself and celebrate your body and celebrate your sexuality. Celebrate your curves, celebrate your non-curves, celebrate whatever the hell type of body shape that you have, because you look great. You do. And you need to celebrate yourself. And regardless if you don't like what your body looks like right now or not, it's still just like, that's the body that you have. So why would you reject it? Like, you can always change your body, but why would you reject the body that it's your body? It's you. You're the only one who has this body. You're the only one that's in that body. Like, you should accept your body and accept your sexuality and use it. Like, you know, put on nice things. Do things to make yourself look good and feel good. Like, show off your body, or wear things. It's not necessarily about showing off your body, or wear things that basically make you look good. Okay, so some of you, I do feel like when I was talking about the waves moving, because you guys got the King of Cups in reverse. see that? That is water. Well, that's water at the bottom. He's like sitting there. And it's wavy, but he's still sitting there, like going with the flow. It's in reverse though, so I feel like maybe some of you have been feeling a little bit emotionally turbulent or unstable, like your emotions have been all over the place because of your outside environment being so goddamn all over the place as well. And you need to be a little bit more adaptable to your surrounding, because like I said, like the waves, they go with the flow. And oh yeah, like I said, like it could be a dangerous situation, or it could be a turbulent situation, or it could be very peaceful. You can literally ride the wave. It just depends on your perception. So if you're able to adapt and have a unique perspective like the one I talked about in the beginning, you just need to work with your surroundings instead of feeling like it's fighting against you if you don't want it to be fighting against you. If you want this to be a smooth sailing, even though it's not the most smooth sailing situation, then you need to learn how to work and adapt to your environment, because that will actually make you happy. Roll with the punches, basically, or ride the tide. There's so many different expressions I could say, but you guys know what I mean. It's all about how you look at it, and if you're able to work with your situation, or you're trying to fight against it. Because however you approach that situation and however you are in that situation, that's what it's going to be. I also see that some of you are just doing really well right now. You have a lot of material success at this time. I mean, a lot. And you're just, you know, really thriving. And it's also not only that you have material success, but you also have, it's taking you a lot of determination and willpower and everything to get where you are now. It's not that it came easily necessarily, but you have also, because of the things that you went through before you got where you got now, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge and you're very happy. Like you just feel good, you look good, you feel good. Some of you just are, you're dressed in the best. Like you have on nice clothes, nice shoes, like everything is nice. Your house is nice. Everything around you is very nice and abundant. And not only that, you actually have knowledge that you can get. You have an abundance of knowledge that you can give to other people because of all of the things that you, like I said, went through before you got here. I also see that some of you guys, some of you have a lot of new ideas. You have ideas that are like a little bit more innovative and different and outside of the box, I say. And you want to share your ideas with other people because you want things to change. And the way that you're doing this is with, you're really being yourself in the way that you're doing this. You're being yourself and you're being very charming and you're very focused on what you're trying to get accomplished. You're very objective about what kind of person you want to be, what kind of things you want to see in society, what you want to accomplish. I feel like this has a lot to do with something that it's like you have a vision and it's about something that you want, some type of change you want to see in society, in a group, in a specific situation, in a work environment. It's just like some kind of change. And it's not necessarily that you're taking action on it yet, but you are very focused on it. And you do eventually need to take action. But I feel like there's people who may look at you and be like, why are you trying to do? It's like the passion inside of you, something you're passionate about, something you love to do, something that is really fun and exciting for you, and people are looking at you like, why do you want to do that? Or how come you're trying to change things, or things are fine just the way that they are, but you know that things can be different. Like, you're not going with the flow with what everybody else is doing. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. You can do something a different way and have the same or better outcome. And if you're not doing this, this is something that you need to do. Realize that you're a unique person and your ideas are very unique, and you can use your charm to win people over, basically, like, who don't agree with you or who don't really know how they feel about a situation. You can win them over with your charm, and it's always good to have that. But the purpose is to really be yourself and to share what you feel like you want to change in whatever given situation. I also see that for some of you, you need to take a break now, because you have been going and going and going and going and going. And it's really time for you to literally take a break, like stop moving, take some days off of work, take some days off of your business. If you take care of people, have someone come and look after them for you, because it's really time for you to nurture yourself. I feel like you've been doing a lot for yourself and other people as far as getting shit done, but you haven't been filling your cup back up and nurturing yourself. You haven't been taking care of you, really. Like, you need to take a break to get your mind clear again. You need to take a break to rejuvenate, get that sleep that you need, eat well. Maybe you need to get a massage. It's like you need to take care of yourself and fill up your cup before you just like keep going, because you're running on E right now. And unfortunately, if you keep trying to go like this, you're going to burn out, and that is not beneficial for you or anybody else. I feel like if you could be more resourceful with your time and energy, which means that stop trying to do every damn thing by yourself and ask other people for help, or ask somebody to help you, like come watch your kids if you take care, or if you take care of a parent or something. Ask somebody to help you so that you can take some time out to take care of you. Because you don't have to be the only one doing this. Or think about doing things a little bit more efficiently so you don't get so tired and so burnt out. So, like I said, either delegate things to other people, or come up with a better system to get done what you're trying to get done. But either way, you still need to take a break to even think about that, to even be clear-minded enough to come up with a solution to be more efficient in whatever you're trying to do. I also see that some of you have gained quite a lot of success lately, because you've basically saw a need that people had, and then you were able to meet their need in whatever way that this is. Specifically, I see a business, like this is a more entrepreneurial thing, but it could also be in a regular work situation. I feel like this is mostly work though. I feel like you basically saw a need. You're like, really, there's not a lot of people out here that are able to come up with this product and have it be nice looking and durable and long lasting, as well as that looks good. So you basically, you saw a demand and you met the demand, and now you've reaped the rewards from that, and it's very satisfying to you and the people involved. I also see that for some of you, you need to work on being a little bit more assertive. Okay, so what is this chakra? Your sacral chakra, because it's orange. Yeah, not the solar plexus one, the sacral chakra. So look up the sacral chakra and how to work with that energy, because some of you guys need to heal that. And I always say, like, for healing chakras, you can work with crystals. You can look up what crystals that that's associated with. You can work with sound. You can listen to meditation, or what is it, binaural beats. There's different types of things online that you can listen to that help heal that. You can pray about it. You can work with an energy healer, and you can do things that would involve the sacral chakra. So for an example, being assertive, being creative, expressing yourself, because this deals with your like creative energy and your sexual energy too. But mostly being assertive and like being yourself and not afraid to be yourself. Working on a creative project would help with this. Telling people how you feel, not in a way that you have to come down on them and be an asshole, but you can tell somebody, you're just very direct. Like, you don't have time to waste. You don't want to waste their time, and you don't want them to waste your time. So you're just direct about what you want and what you want to get done. And that helps strengthen that sacral chakra. Because I feel like some of you guys are just, you know, having a blockage in that area right now. I also feel like when it comes to your family, some of you guys, and this is about exercising your male energy, because I feel like you've been a little bit more passive and using like more female energy, and this is about exercising the male energy within you, like being more direct and taking actual action towards what you want, and not waiting for things to happen or waiting for people to do it. It's just like, okay, we need to get shit done. Let's get shit done. I don't got time for this. We need to have this done by today, so let's get it done. Because I see for some of you, you're the head of the household in your family, but you're not really being the head of the household in your family. Because the head of the household in the family is not just about making money and being the breadwinner. It's about taking command and getting things done when things need to get done. It's about being a leader. That's really what you guys need to do. Because you guys are leaders. You're the first sign of the zodiac. And naturally, you guys are leaders. You guys are very creative, innovative, and things like that. But you're not really working with that energy. Because you, in general, Aries are very assertive. If you're going to find an assertive sign, it will be an Aries. But I feel like some of you aren't really working with that right now. So you just need to work on clearing that blockage and being more assertive with your family. So if there's things that need to get done, you need to let them know it needs to get done. And being a leader is someone who, you know, it's not about just saying that things need to get done. You're action oriented, so you get shit done too. You do your part and everybody else does their part. But being a leader is also about responsibility, because if anything happens or whatever, it falls on you because you're the head of the family. So I just feel like some of you need to step into that energy. And definitely, yeah, for creativity, you're a leader. You're a visionary. You're somebody who's able to get stuff done. You're very resourceful. You're very passionate. but you also care about people too. And you're also able to network with people quite easily. So I feel like just use that creative energy and take action on whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Whatever idea that you have, it's really just time to take action on it. And keep your vision in mind. Keep whatever you're really keep the end goal in mind. But you need to get shit done, and it's time to be assertive about it. I also see that some of you guys are starting to realize that you're able to attract things. You've already done work, I feel like now. This is for other people. You've done work and you're kind of in that more feminine energy right now. Because you're able to really attract. You have a lot. You have a lot of abundance. I just see somebody who just, you dress nice, you wear nice clothes, your hair is nice all the time, and you're very abundant. And you're able to attract a lot of opportunities. You're able to attract pretty much what you want towards you. You don't feel like you have to go chase shit because you know your worth and your value, and you're like, it'll come to me, which is true. Because when you get to that place in life, I know this for sure. I've been there and I already know how it is. When you get to a certain place in life, you're like, I don't ever have to chase what I want because it'll come to me from the energy that I'm giving out, because the energy I give out is the energy that I give back. And I think you're starting to realize and be receptive that, holy shit, like I really don't have to do too much all the time because of the energy that I'm giving out. Like, you realize how this whole attraction thing works as far as energy. And I feel like also you're a very dependable person that people can count on, which is really cool. And I feel like the way that you have abundance right now and the way you're able to attract things, your life is an example of how you can have what you want, and an abundance of it, actually. Like, you're very fruitful at this time, and you are an empowered person, and so you want to empower other people and just basically help them realize, like, you are a powerful being as a human being, no matter what being you are. You're powerful and you're able to attract things. And so you want to show people with your life and your lifestyle and let them know, like, you can attract things. You can attract what you want because you actually yield that power as a person, and everybody has this power. So I also see that there's some of you who maybe you don't feel like you have a lot of options at this time. Yeah, I feel like you just don't feel like you have a lot of options, and you don't feel like there's room for daydreaming or there's room for anything other than reality right now. And I feel like this has something to do with Chiron in your first house, because your identity as a person is very much so changing, and you need to keep persevering because Chiron's going to be there for a long time. What did I say? 2026? 2026. That doesn't mean that it's going to take all the way till 2026 for things to change, but I just feel like things are changing for you. Yes, there's options that are not available to you anymore on purpose, because you need either to not have those options or have other options, or your perspective needs to change about something. But the message is to keep going because you're changing as a person. This is changing you and it's helping you to get to the type of person that you're supposed to be. You know, we all evolve as human beings. We're not supposed to stay the same forever, because what is the point of that, you know? Growth and change are a part of life. But particularly, I feel like maybe you're having a little hard time with this because you're like, man, I don't really have what I had before. But you don't need to have what you had before. And trust me, if you can get through this, you can have that and some more. You can have way more than what you had before. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I just feel like if this has something to do with your career, because you guys have Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter in your 10th house. If, like I said, for Aries and Aries rising. So Saturn has been making it a little bit challenging as far as a career or even a business. So that means that you may have come into some, you know, challenges basically, because it's going to test you. Saturn is testing you, but Saturn wants you to be good and set up for the long run. Saturn wants long-term stability, and Saturn wants to make you stronger. It's like Saturn is like a parent that's like, that exercises tough love because it's for the better. So maybe you guys have been going through challenges in your career, and because the 10th house rules career, and it also is how people view you. So maybe you've gone through some challenges in that situation, but it's only really to make you stronger and better at whatever it is, or to, if you've encountered problems in your business, it was really only to show you where something was faulty at so you can build it up better. Because like I said, it's for the long term. And if anything is for the long term, you're going to have to put in some work towards it. And I also see that, okay, so Jupiter has come into the 10th house for you. So you may have, you know, Jupiter brings blessings and expansion. So I feel like some of you are expanding your career, literally. Like, you're like, okay, some of you might actually go overseas and take a job because you're really like expanding. You're like, all right, well, I actually don't have to work here. I can work somewhere else, or go to another country. I wouldn't even say overseas, but you're expanding your business, you're expanding your network. You have a vision now, and it's a lot bigger than what it used to be. And you may be receiving some blessings in that area too, after all of this hard work and transformation, because Pluto has been in there changing things up. But you do realize, because Saturn is still there, you have to stick with it. You have to stick with it and keep going. And also just don't lose sight of your vision, because that's going to help you in the times where it gets hard. Remember that vision. I also recommend people like put up a vision board. If you have a vision board, look at that vision board every day, and especially when things start to get tough, look at that vision board, or write yourself a note, or write down something that you can physically see, even if it's a picture or anything, and remember like why you're doing something. To remember why you're doing something. And I feel like also some of you your visions go a little bit deeper than just yourself and your career. Your visions go, they're about the world. What types of things do you want to see in the world? What would you like the world to look like? So it's like you're really starting to think about, how can I make an impact, or how can I be the change that I want to see in the world, and how can I make the changes that I want to see in the world? I also see that some of you guys, you may have been stressed out about a situation, very, very stressed out, maybe even losing sleep about a situation where somebody did something to you. Now, you could have done something to somebody else, because I'm not going to put that, you know, on somebody else. I do see it as somebody did something to you, but you definitely could have done something about somebody else, and you feel really bad about it. Or somebody did something to you that hurt you a lot, and it really just kind of fucked you up for a little bit. And I feel like you're coming out of that period. If you're not, this is what you need to be doing. but I feel like you really do need to forgive this person, or you need to ask for forgiveness if you were the person who did something, because we all make mistakes, and we're human. We make mistakes, and we should be held accountable for the mistakes that we make. As long as we realize, I made a mistake, you know what, this wasn't right, and I'm sorry, you know. I love you and I'm sorry. As a person, as you know, it doesn't matter if it's a friendship or a relationship or whatever kind of ship it is, you feel like you did somebody wrong, so you should ask for forgiveness. And I feel like if somebody did you wrong, they may be asking you for forgiveness, and you do need to go ahead and give them that, because holding on to that situation is never going to solve nothing. And that doesn't mean that you have to let this person back into your life like that. That doesn't mean that y'all have to be as cool as y'all was before. It doesn't mean that you're even going to forget what happened. It just means that you see that that person made a mistake, and you know that they're human, and you know you've made mistakes. It's really about exercising compassion. Like, can you put yourself in the other person's shoes? Because really, at any given point, people are only doing what they feel like they should be doing. And I feel like that's what you guys need to do. Show love to people, because you want to be forgiven. You would want to be forgiven. You would want somebody to love you. It's like the way in which you show love to people versus not showing love to people is very important, because regardless if you feel like regardless if you feel like somebody's watching you or not, somebody's always watching you, especially if you have little ones around you or children or anybody around you. They are seeing how you are being towards somebody who has made a mistake. You can pass that on to people. Yeah, I feel like because for very few of you, this is like a relationship, and it has some potential for stability, and it has some potential for a lot of fulfillment. But if you can't get over what they did to you, it's never going to get there. And for others of you, I feel like this is a situation where the universe is trying to give you something that would make you very happy. But in the long term, honestly, whatever it is, this could be anything, like any career, any job, any person, anything that would really make you happy, but you're not open to it for some reason, and you need to open up your heart to that. I feel like you're looking at your other options. I feel like this is mostly love, but you're looking at your other options and you're like, I don't really know. And yeah, you know, you should maybe give this a try, because it has some potential. And if it's not love, it's just really something that has some potential. So like, just give it a try, because I feel like you maybe had gotten let down. I don't even think you got let down from things in the past that you thought would fulfill you, but they did not, or they did for a while, but it did not last. And so I think that you should give it a try. Don't give up your hope on what could happen. Okay, so I also see for some of you that for some of you, a relationship, you feel like you're stuck with this person. You're like, oh my God, like, how am I ever going to, you feel like stuck. You feel stuck with this person, and you're not. And you're going to realize, oh my God, like, that was never real. I was never stuck, because we were never stuck. It's literally just all in our head. We always have options. Even if the options are not the greatest, we always have options. You're going to realize that you're not stuck, and you have power over you. Nothing else has power over you but you, unless you give that power to somebody or something else. It's like you get this, you realize this, and you're like, wow, I don't know why I haven't left this person, or I don't know why, because this has something to do with something you feel stuck to, a person, I feel like. And I think you guys are gonna laugh and just be like, what? Like, what? I was tripping. Like, I don't have to stay with you. Like, I'm not stuck with you. I can leave. And if it's about a job or like an addiction or something like that, you're gonna realize, like, dude, I have power over my life. Like, I was tripping. Like, you're gonna have this epiphany about really who holds the power, and it's you. Whatever you feel like you may have been stuck to. Because I do feel like for some of you, this is a relationship where this relationship was based off of sex or money or material shit. Like, it wasn't really based off of love. And then you're gonna realize, like, yeah, I for some reason felt like I was stuck to you. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but oh man, this is crazy. Whatever, yeah, I'm gonna just say what I see. So you feel like you got digmatized by somebody, or somebody with some devil dick had got you. Or if this is for whoever else, or males or whatever, because I don't know whose sexuality or what, somebody had some really good pussy and or some really good dick, and you were like, I'm stuck with this person because I can't imagine life without it. It's so good. And it's just like, no. You were like, you know what? It's other good shit out there. It's other people out there. Like, you don't got the best dick in the world, or there's other good dick out there, or there's other good pussy out there. You don't got the best pussy in the world. Like, you realize it, and you're gonna laugh about it because you're like, oh man, like, I was so stupid over this person for no reason. Like, I could just get the fuck up out of here. And I feel like once you have this realization, if you do want to be in a relationship with somebody else that has more stability, like, man, you're gonna drop this person and somebody else is gonna be able to come in. And I don't know exactly when, and maybe not right away, but you'll realize that you freed up that space for somebody who is going to treat you right, basically. And I feel like if it's a relationship that you do want to work on, maybe if it's a relationship that you actually want to keep in your life, you're going to realize, okay, I'm not trapped by this money. I'm not trapped by this sex. Like, I got the power over my life, and you're going to take back your power. And then if you still want to be in this relationship, you're going to be very open to working on the relationship, but you're going to be like, you're not going to feel helpless. You're not going to feel, you're going to feel powerful because you realize it. And you also realize that you're going to have to build. If you want stability, you're going to have to build towards it. And you're going to have to let that person know. But I do feel like they're going to be willing. It just depends on who I'm talking about. Like, for some of you, you're just going to drop that person. You know they're not serious. You know they're not trying to do something serious. For other person, you're going to drop them, or you're going to tell them, like, you know, hold up. Like, this, hold up now, because I don't have time for this. And they're basically going to be like, oh, okay, well, I see what shit is now. And you're going to be like, if you want to stay here, you're going to have to work on building this relationship and building our happiness and building our stability together. Because eventually I see that maybe you guys get married one day. But it's really about being consistent and working with the relationship and building a solid foundation. Maybe in 2020 you guys get married. I see that. I don't know what month, but I'd say either in April or the last quarter of 2020. So what is that? September, October, October, November, December, I think. I think it goes like that. I can't remember if the quarters have 3 months or 4 months, but the last quarter of 2020 or April, I can see that if you guys work on this relationship, for those who are trying to work on it, once you guys take your power back, if you want to get married and that's what you're working towards, either April or the last quarter of 2020, I see that you guys could be very happy and have a nice, beautiful wedding. Okay, so anyway, let me go ahead. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. So let me go ahead and pull these other cards. They're called the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, just to wrap up the reading for you guys. Okay, so Spirit Guides and Angels, what information do you have for the sign of Aries for December 2019? What information do you have for the sign of Aries that's most important for them? All right. So you guys got two. Woo, my ear is ringing. What is going on? Oh my gosh. I just went deaf in this ear. Like, what the hell? Well, I don't know what the hell ringing in the ears mean to you. It's crazy because when I grew up, my mom always told me that ringing in the ears means that somebody's talking about you, and then you guys got this gossip card, so maybe that relates to some of y'all. Maybe somebody talking about you, I don't know. But ringing in the ears means different things for different people. If you don't know what it means, you can Google it and see what most relates to you. So you guys got gossip and impasse. So the first one deals with the heart chakra, and that's crazy because this second card is the sacral chakra because it's orange. So let me do this gossip one first. The heart chakra deals with love, balance, harmony, brotherhood, hope, growth, healing, peace, and prosperity. Gossip card says this card represents the truly open heart with no personal agenda other than love, but it can also indicate the opposite, rebellion and denying your true gifts. An ability to follow your heart can appear to others as careless or strange. Yes, I definitely saw that. Wow. Yet, in truth, everyone wishes that they had the loving openness of chartreuse. And chartreuse is the character in here. And it's crazy how it said rebellion and denying your true gifts because you guys got this rebellion. So yeah, I just feel like some of you guys just really need to show off your creativity and follow your heart, whatever that means. So this card says Charmaine Chartreuse. I never met a person I didn't like. It says Charmaine is eccentric and kind. From her chartreuse greenhouse to her fascination with scarves, she is the topic of the town gossip. After her death, the local people discovered her incredibly detailed paintings of their town and realized she was an extraordinary artist who painted their lives with love. They feel sadness for never having really known her. Charmaine Chartreuse suggests that appreciating differences is key. This card is warning you that you may lose a valued relationship if you do not appreciate what you have. Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? It says uniqueness of others, naivety, support for your vision, lack of appreciation, refocusing your life, freedom, dance, and honor. So yeah, I was kind of talking about this before. Maybe that, not so much that you guys aren't getting along with other people, definitely about forgiveness, but maybe people don't realize or don't really see why you are doing something. It was kind of what I was talking about. But maybe that's a message for some of you. Maybe you just don't see some other people. And remember, I was talking about appreciating. Like, appreciate yourself, appreciate your talents, appreciate your gifts, appreciate what didn't happen for you because maybe it wasn't supposed to happen for you. Okay, and so yeah, it also talks about losing a valued relationship if you don't appreciate what you have. So yeah, maybe some of you, when I was telling you, you need to apologize for what you did because, you know, you could lose that person or they could lose you. Or if you, like I said at the end, if you did want to work on a relationship, you do have to realize what you have if you're actually willing to work towards it. Okay, so let me find the page. Just give me 1 second here. So the sacral chakra, this is the second chakra, and the heart chakra is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think that's the fourth chakra. I don't exactly remember, but I think it's the fourth, and this is the second one. So the sacral chakra deals with emotion, active, motivation, optimist. Okay, well, it says emotional, active, motivating, optimistic, emotional, sociable. It says emotional again. I do not know why it repeats that. Enthusiastic, affectionate, and humanitarian. So I was seeing that about you guys having a vision and stuff like that. And being active and assertive, putting yourself out there. So let me find this card. It says, what's done is done. This card could indicate the great end of an emotional upset. The power to change direction for the better is supported in rest. Your angels appear to you to protect you in the long run. This is a detour, not a no. Be in the here and now. Things will change. Go where you are led for now. Ooh, yes, that's so what I was talking about, for being grateful for what you don't have, because it's for a reason. You're being redirected for a reason. Okay. So this card says, Reggie rest. Reggie rest. The path is obstructed. Reroute. Reggie rest is a guardian angel. One day, two friends, Clem and Craig, are dismayed to discover Reggie blocking their path through the mountains. With no way to get around him, wondering why Reggie wanted to stop them, and not daring to try to pass, they take another route. Reggie then moves, having protected Clem and Craig from the landslide ahead that would have claimed their lives. What was I saying? God's rejection is your protection. I was just saying that. This is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. How am I adaptable? I was telling you to ride the wave. What does this card reveal about my feelings and reaction to delays? Change of direction, regroup, and refocus. Protection from harm, guardian angels. Wisdom, opportunity, and serenity. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. So I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, go ahead and like the reading. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Go ahead and comment if you feel like you want to comment down below. I have my social media handles in the description box below, so check out the description box for information. I also have a donation link there, so if you guys want to donate anything to my channel, anything is helpful for the betterment of this channel to get out the videos quicker and easier. What else? I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here if you were here for this long. And until next time, I'm sending so much love and light to you all. Bye.